Right. Whoops. Hi, welcome. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, hi Egyptian Famous, hi, how are you? Hi J Aquarius Nay, Tiffany, JM. Right, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to start with only type your question in once. You only need to type your question in once. I've just got a few things to I'm just setting things up. I'm a bit slow today because I just had my groceries delivered. So I'm just a little bit slow in getting everything done, everything sorted. So make sure you've subscribed, you've rung that bell so you know when the next video's uploaded. Right, so sorry guys, I am a little bit slow right at this minute to get the pinned message done. Okay, so I'm just going to pin the message here. Oh, God, I've got to start with this one first. Just got to get this sorted. I'm just a bit slow today. The groceries just arrived and put away. So just give me a second to make sure this is on silent. Right, so that's that done there. Now let's get this one here. Now it is free tarot readings and donations do take priority. Right, you only need to type your message in once. Because once I get everything sorted, right, okay, so yep. So what I want you to do is think really carefully about your question. What is your question in regards to how you're within yourself? Right. Remember, the best way to get a reading is to use how, what, and why. Oh, sheepers, that didn't mean to do that. That's the video one. And what I want to do now is type in for some reason it's just I've just got didn't put the link in. Just have to get the link from the blog, from Ko-Fi. Let's get this link. I want to make sure I've got the right link for you. Sorry, I'm a bit slow today. Just needed to, I just deleted the details that I actually wanted to use. Right, okay, so. Oh! God, I'm hopeless today. Absolutely hopeless. Right, that's that done. Right, that's saved there. Let's get this done. Okay. Right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to do a free list. Just give me a minute. Okay, so we've got that, and I've got the content. I've got the link for the donations. Right, so that's all done for you. Let me just get rid of this. I don't know why I haven't put that there. Okay, so what I want to do is, okay, think about your question. Think about what you want. Now, let me show you some of the decks the tarot decks that I'm using today. Okay, we've got the Alice in Wonderland one, the Four Huxa. We got the new Mythic Tarot. Get rid of the painkillers. Yeah. Okay, the new Mythic Tarot there. We've got the Starman Tarot. We've got the Thoth here. Now what happened to the... Oh, there it is. The bag. Got the Coffee Tarot. Spanish and Tarot de Marseille. Native American. And I do have the Rider-Waite Smith deck here, which is the Rider deck. Okay, so let's have a look. If anyone donates, please let me know, because remember, if you donate, you of course move to the front of the line. That's your priority. I'm on for a little while. There's no actual hurry at this stage. Now, I'm only doing so many for the free list. So let me just see who's on the free list. So let me have a look at the list here. So the free list will be... So we're going to think about questions that are going to help you move forward on your journey. Okay, so I'm just typing up the free list now. Tiffany. Okay, we've got Egyptian Famous. Now, I know Egyptian Famous flips in and out. She's the mod. So we'll see from there. Okay. Yes, right. Okay, so what I want you to do is to think about your question. Think about how your question starts with how, what, and why. I'm great, thanks, J Aquarius. Sorry, I'm just taking... Right, so, and then last one here is Taylor. Right, so how many people's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I've got 6 of you here, I think. So here's the free list for now. Okay, so I'm just doing that there. So that's all good. Let me just fix up this chat content. Just going to do the chat scan. Okay, so the chat scan's doing here. Okay, so that's going to take a little bit of time to sort through. So, right. Okay, so hi, Shishka. I will add you to the free list. Let me have a look here. Okay, so the free list at this time. Right. Free list with... Oops. SHIKH. I hope. Right. Okay, so free list is Nay. Okay, so Lay. Right. Thank you, Nay, for repeating your question here. Right. Okay, so the next one. So you've got the list here of people. Noise. Right. Okay, so this is a free list that I've got. Okay, so this is the people that I'm going to do. So please don't post your question unless you're in this order here. So we've got Nay, we've got, so this order here. Let me just, yeah, let's get the question here. So we've got Nay, JA, and Tiffany to start with. So just those first 3 people first. So, right, let's have a look. What's your question here? Love reading. You're single and you're actually interested in a male Capricorn. So you want to know what your connection with this person actually is. Let's begin with the, maybe you want to look at the connection that you have with this person. Let's have a look. So remember, I'm only doing 2 cards. So we're looking at a love reading. You're single. You've got a male Capricorn that you're interested in. And you sort of want to know what the connection's about. Hi, Jaguar. Yes, I'll add you to the free list after. Let me just do this lot first, and then I'll... Okay, love reading. Right, let's have a look. Yep, I'll add you, Jaguar, no problem at all. No. Okay, it talks about the sun shining on the situation. So it seems to be really good. It seems to be really, really positive energy. It's all about making sure you're not too excessive with what's going on. Keep everything in moderation. Keep everything quite neutral at this stage. I don't feel it's about anything too, like, it feels really positive. And it feels like it, but it's just a reminder to make sure that everything sort of stays in sort of neutral, sort of don't get too excessive in your happiness. Don't get too excessive with your actions and things like that. Try and keep your emotions in check. Okay, I think that's really important here, to make sure that you have that sense of balance. You have your emotions sort of coming together, but in a very sort of gentle way. You don't want to get too excessive in that emotional area. You're wanting to sort of move forward on this. Feels very positive energy. Feels a really, really positive energy. As long as you sort of stay neutral, that's really important. Hi, Napur. So that's really important here. So just remember to sort of stay in that sort of neutral energy is certainly very, very important. Okay, so yeah, that's just a reminder there with that connection. Okay, so then I've got JR, and then so let me do this free list. Okay. Okay, so this is the free list that I've got at the moment. So do JR's question here. Okay, so so just need Tiffany's question. And I know Egyptian Famous is in and out, so she'll just get a question when she comes back in. And J Aquarius. So what will happen for JA in July 2022? Okay. Now don't forget, if you do donate, you will skip the line. You'll get more details. You get more you get oracle cards included as well. There's just that little bit extra if you donate. So, and if you go through Ko-Fi, you do get exclusive content as well. So what will happen with JA? Okay, we've got this one here, which could be about contracts, can be about a sense of just a sense of legalities and things like that. I think there could be some legal issues. It's about trying to find a sense of equilibrium and everything like that, and also looking at the consequences of any actions that you actually take. Okay, and it's interesting here because you get the Emperor, so it's about you taking control of your life. So knowing that your actions have consequences, it's really important for you to really take control. It's about you being in control of your journey, JR. Very much about you being in control. Okay, so it's very much about you coming into control of your own journey. It's about the action that you decide to take. So it's about you providing for yourself. That's really important here. So that's what's coming up for you in July. It's really about taking control. So Tiffany. Hi, Angel. How are you? Okay, so I have added you to the free list. Right, Tiffany. Okay, so Lara Spark, you'll just about be the last one at the... Just fix this up here. I've already done your reading. Okay, so this is what I've already done. I've already done your reading. Now, Tiffany. What is coming towards you in life? You've got some new beginnings, Tiffany. You've got some new stuff happening for you, some new adventures, some new projects and things like that. So meditation and reflection is going to be really important for you, Tiffany. It's you've got a lot of new stuff happening in, so knowing that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, it's really important for you to just be in silence, allowing you to sort of gain the knowledge that you really need to be able to move forward. So it does feel like there's a lot of new stuff happening for you. And it all comes from your own reflection, your own study, your own learning and development within your own journey here. So that seems to be very, very important. Okay, so yeah, that's really important here for you to be able to just meditate, reflect, and to be able to move forward. It does feel like you've got a lot of new stuff happening. Don't forget to really enjoy the journey. This is very much about being in the now, enjoying each moment. Don't get too wound up in the past. Don't get too wound up in the future. Allow yourself to very much be in the now and enjoy each moment of the journey that's coming up for you. So being in silence, allowing yourself meditation and reflection is going to give you a lot of knowledge gained. Okay, so I do feel like you're going to be learning a lot. There'll be a lot of learning, a lot of development and things like that. And it all comes from the meditation, reflection, contemplation for you. Okay, so there's a lot of that stuff coming in. Okay, so let me just add this free list here. I've got Egyptian famous. Next one is J Aquarius, please. Just need Aquarius, J Aquarius. I just need your one here. Okay, thanks, J Aquarius. Brilliant. I know Egyptian famous comes in and out with work and things like that. So okay, so do you feel like you're going to get the money back? What's going to happen with the finances with your brother? So what's going to happen with the finances? Let's have a look here about what's going to happen. Okay, does feel like the news is coming. So it does feel like there is going to be some announcements. There is going to be some news coming your way in regard to the situation. I do feel like he's going to give you the news that you need. He's going to allow you. Now, I know we've got the Tower here, which talks about a little bit of doom and gloom, that things might not be as you expect it to be. It does feel like you're going to have some news, and it may not be so good, but I think you're going to find a way to sort of to build onto that, to build from it. I do feel like I'm just going to give you one more card, J Aquarius. I do feel like there's going to be one more card coming in here. There might be some battles. So there might be some battles in regards to the finances. I wondered that. Okay, there might be some battles in the way that he's going to pay you. There might be some challenges to the situation. So this might be a time for you to actually put your foot down a little bit. You might need to be a little bit more assertive with him, with your brother. You might need to be a little bit assertive with him and just say, hey, come on, it's okay if you pay me little by little. I think, yeah, I do feel like he's in the thing about things are not going to be quite the way you want. There might be some battles with the situation. So I do feel like you might have to put your foot down with the situation and say, hey, I think you're going to have to pay me. I think you're going to have to tell him that he has to, that he needs to pay you little by little. Because I think he's sort of putting it off. And I think that's what the news be, is he might say to you something like, hey, I'm not going to be able to pay you. And that's where you're going to feel like, oh my God, everything's doom and gloom. And so you might have your battles and conflicts and things like that with him. So I think you might have to lay down some boundaries, allow yourself that to say to him, hey, it's okay for you to pay me little by little. I think you need to tell him that it's okay, and that's going to be able to rebuild, to build what's needed. But yes, you did say he's going to be a little bit cunning, and you can see with the mind games and things like that going on here, the battles and the conflicts. So I do feel like you need Aquarius, J Aquarius, I do feel like you're going to have to put your foot down with it and sort of create those boundaries and allow yourself to sort of build what you expect from the situation. Okay, so I think that's really important here. So yes, you're right. He is a little cunning, and he's going to be a little bit sort of like, oh, I haven't got the money. I haven't got the money. So you're just going to say to him, hey, look, even if it's just a few dollars a week or whatever, you're just going to have to make sure that he pays you back. Right. So we've got this free list here. Oops. Oh, did I miss it again? Sorry. I thought I'd typed it up. I must have missed you in the thing. I did type it up. But of course, I've gone and copied it and then forgotten to add it. Oh, yeah, you're back a bit. Sorry. I'll fix it up. That's all right. I'll redo it. 1 second. Yeah, that's all right. These things happen. Look, just give me a minute to fix it up. Yeah, it's just hard when I'm on my own trying to do it all. Just hard on your own when you're trying to. I would have realized. Here we go. So I've done Nay, done JA, done Tiffany, done J Aquarius. So now I'm doing Taylor and then Sheeta. Right, so you just got to put your question in, Shika. Yeah. What does Habib want from me? Want with me? So don't forget, if you do donate, you're going to get a lot more details. You are going to get a lot more information. Don't forget to see the pinned list. The pinned, the pinned message. Okay, what does Habib want with me? So the first card here is about moving forward. So it does feel like there's a sense of moving forward, a sense of intensity. Things happen quite quickly. It could be about merging together, merging your emotions, your connection together. Could be that sense of just wanting to sort of, just get that sense of merging the emotions, your emotions together. So merging yourself together, your feelings and how everything sort of is. It seems to be that movement forward. So definitely feel like there is that movement forward. Definitely feels it's about trusting in the universe. It's about trusting, having the world, I do feel like there's that hesitation because you got the world, you're slightly in and slightly out. So you've got to sort of decide where you want to be. I think a lot of it is about deciding where you actually want to be, which is really important. So what does he want with you? I do feel like there's movement forward. Definitely wants that movement forward, but then about your feelings, merging your feelings together here. But I also get this reminder. You need to decide where you are. What do you want to do? Do you want to enjoy the journey along the way? Or are you being a bit wound up with everything else going on instead of being in the moment? I think that can be really important to look at how you're reacting, or what's your perception of the situation. As you're 1 foot in and 1 foot out, are you sort of feeling like you've got that doubt with where you want to be or what needs to happen or everything? Because it's really about you surrendering to the relationship, to the possibilities of whatever's going to happen, being in the now, just enjoying whatever it is in this moment. So just some things to think about anyway with things, Taylor. Okay, so I've got Sheikah's message next and then Jaguar. So I just need Jaguar's message, Jaguar's question. So I'm just using this deck at the moment. I don't know. Just waiting to see what donations and things come through. Okay, so this one here definitely feels like everything's sort of coming together, but there is some things that need to be looked at. There needs to be some ideas or some thoughts, plans, some truth that need to be looked at. It does feel like there's this want of everything coming together, of abundance and bringing things into fruition, having that wealth of whatever the energy towards you. It really is important to have that sense of being able to look at the truth of the situation, looking at the facts, looking at the ideas and the plans of the relationship. So it does feel like everything's sort of going to come together. There is that want of wanting to come together of things. So yeah, I just think just take a moment, take a breath, and have a look and see what needs to be looked at. Okay, so I've got Jaguar and Napur. So Jaguar and Napur. So let's have a look at Jaguar's. So yeah, Jaguar. So I'm just waiting for Jaguar and Napur. Let's see if this has worked. So Jaguar and Napur just need your questions. So I'm swinging for Jaguar as well. So I'll just do Napur and then I'll do Jaguar's. Jaguar's question comes up next. I'll do that. Oh, you're looking at future husband. Okay. You're looking at future husband. Okay, you're going to be a bit restricted here because when you focus on the future, whatever that is, that future husband, you're missing out on other opportunities here. Now, are you in a relationship with this man? Are you in a, it's very hard to look at. We're only doing a 2-card reading, right? We're only doing 2 cards. And you're asking about someone who may come into your life at some stage. Now, you're closing yourself. You're single. You do not want to be looking at future husband. Unless if you're single, you do not want to be looking at future husband without being in a relationship just yet. You might need to have other relationships before you get to your husband. It may be that it's an arranged marriage, so that's already sorted with your I mean, there could be other circumstances. So you're really limiting yourself to a future husband. You're really blocking off other situations. You might have 2 or 3 relationships before you get to your future husband, because you've got to learn about what you do and do not want. It's all about you. You've got to decide for yourself what your future husband's going to look like. That's not a very good question to ask the cards. That doesn't really do you any good. Okay? Straight away, I'm getting that does not do you any good focusing on your future husband when you haven't thought about your current relationships. What's important to you right now in regards to the relationships. You need to you have to know what you want and what you do not want. And I'm only doing a 2-card reading, so it doesn't give you anything. Yeah, I just want you to have the best out of a reading. That does not give you, don't be sorry, Napur. I just want to say that it doesn't give you anything that's going to enable you to move forward on your journey. Yeah, it's, don't be sorry, but it's not going to give you anything of benefit to your readings. It doesn't give you anything, doesn't give you any information. So what did I just do? Whose reading did I just do? Don't ever apologize, but I just want you to think about, that's why I said, think about your question. You don't want to say, just tell me about my future husband. You want to say, what do I need to know? What do I need to know in regards to love and to intimacy? Hi, Ashley. Okay, so what was I doing next? So I was looking at I was waiting for Jaguar, wasn't I? And Napur. So I'm not quite sure what's happened with Jaguar and Napur. I just want you to get the best out of your question. So think about your question for a minute. What do you need to know in regards to love? What do you need to know in regards to the next relationship that you have in your life? How can you what do you need to do to get it to have a relationship? There might be some things that you need to do to have a relationship. So just want to think for a minute about your question that you're putting on here. I just want you to get the best out of the reading, and that just gives you nothing. It doesn't really help you. It doesn't really help you to know about your future husband. Not really. It doesn't really, there's other things that you need to do to get there first. And it does close off other opportunities. I mean, I can do it, but it doesn't really give you very much. I mean, you're looking at what's about your future husband. And here we get someone who's could be a bit of a player. Okay, so you may have a husband who is a bit of a player. Okay, so because you've got the Knight of Wands straight away, that's about that sort of sexual energy. He's a bit of a player, he's youthful, he's sort of a young man, but he could be a bit of a player because he's Knight of Wands. Okay, and so what you might find yourself with the, you might have life's ups and downs with this relationship, Napua. Okay, so it doesn't really do you any good because you're saying, it tells you that your future husband, your one of your future husband, whether it's one of many or one of one, one of two, whatever, you might have a future husband here who is a bit of a, I want to say, a philanderer. So he's a bit of a player. He may not be totally faithful in some way, but you can change that by the way that you choose to interact with other people. You may have one husband that is a bit of a philanderer, a bit of a player, and it is about life's ups and downs. Okay, overall it could be a really good relationship, but there may be some life's ups and downs. Okay. So I just want you to think, does that really do you any good to know that your future husband is going to be a bit of, I don't know. But anyway, I've done that for you. I just want you to think really carefully about your question. Okay, so I've got here Ashnui and Lara Spark. Now, I was looking for Jaguar's question, but she hasn't come through as yet. I just know Jaguar asked about being on the list and hi, but I didn't get a question from her. Okay, so let me. So I'm doing at the moment, sorry, would I say Jaguar and Ashnui and Lara Spark. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. Yep, Ashley, I know you liked. Yep, that's cool. So I'm just trying to work out. Okay, so after Victoria, there was Sunny Girl and Ashley. Okay, so okay, so if I do this here, okay, so I've done Nay, done JA, done Tiffany, waiting for Egyptian Famous. She comes in and out with working. J Aquarius is done. Taylor, Shika, I'm waiting for Jaguar. Done Napua. So Anshui and Lara Spark, then Victoria, Sunny, and then Ashley. Okay, so that's who's on the list now. Okay, so some are done, of course. I've done Nay, done Jaya, done Tiffany. Waiting for Egyptian famous in and out, of course, with working. Jay Aquarius have done. Taylor's done. Sheikha's done. Waiting for Jaguar. Done Napua. Waiting for Anne Shui and Lara Spark. Victoria, Sunny, then Ashley. Just waiting for Jaguar's question. Forget donations, skip the line. Donations will take priority. And yeah, it comes a bit in and out. Nay, I've already done your reading. So I'm just waiting for Anne Shui, Lara Spark. It can be a bit in and out. There's actually 6 in the chat at the moment. So we've got 6 in. So I'm waiting for Egyptian famous, Jaguar, Anne Shui, Lara Spark, Victoria, Sunny, Honey, and Ashley. Right, so whoever's still here, can you please type your question in? Yeah, it can be a bit funny with the Ibsen pieces. So what I'm going to do is those that are on the list. So those that are on the list, which are Jaguar, Anshui, Lara Spark, Victorious, Sunny, and Honey, and Ashley. Okay, so those that are here, can you please just type your question in that are on the list? I'm just doing those that are on the list at this stage. This is a bit funny, but anyway. So let me have a look. So who's here? So let's do Sunny first. Oh, Egyptian famous, you're here. Cool. Now, because you're my mod. Oh. Let's start with the Spanish tarot. Will I get that host job with the... We'll start with that first. Will you get the host job? Right. Okay, you asked a will question. So, yes, no question. So, oh, it looks like a very positive yes. There is about you getting that host job with the help of... I think there's a real positive chance for you to get that host job, Egyptian famous. Says yes. So just give us... Did say you'll get the job, but it may not be what you expect. Okay, but there might be some stuff that you need to get through it. Okay, it may not be exactly as you expect it to do, but there might be some stuff for you to get through. But it does offer you some solutions to some problems. It does feel like there'll be some solutions to the issues and things going on. I think it's about you being careful about what are you focusing on. There are some things that you will not be able to control and some things that you will. Egyptian famous. So how long? Well, whatever you expect, I do feel like there's going to be, it may not be whatever you expect it to do. There may be something that isn't really what you expected. It could be a little bit disappointing. Okay, so it says 5. Says take a stand and follow your energy. I think you have to trust your intuition on the situation. It's very much about trusting your own, issues in the job. I feel like there's a lot more to it. I do feel like there's going to be some stuff there'll be some stuff that you may not be able to control within the job situation, and it might be about accepting that situation. And so there might be that thing. It says about 5, so I'm wondering if it's in the next. Without doing a full reading, Egyptian famous, it's very hard to sort of tell what the benefits and things are going to be at this stage. I do feel it's going to be like, that's a real sort of a long, you've asked a lot of questions there. And so that's going to be like lots and lots of cards. It's going to be quite a full in-depth reading there. So yes, you'll get the job. Definitely get the job. May not be what you actually expect, but there'll be a lot of stuff that you'll be able to work through. I think you're going to be doing a lot of analyzing over it. I think there's going to be a lot of things you'll be thinking about it, trying to find solutions and ideas to the situation. Okay, and there will be some things that you need to focus on that is more positive. Be careful that you don't focus on all the negative stuff that you cannot control. It may be within the next 5. I don't know whether it's the next 5 weeks. Okay, within the next 5 weeks. It could be within the next 5 weeks. So whether that's within a week or 5 weeks, it's up to 5 weeks that you'll definitely know. But I do feel like there's a need to take a stand, I don't know. That's a lot of you're asking a lot of stuff there, Egyptian famous. I cannot go into all that detail without doing a full reading, without doing a Celtic cross or something like that. If you wanted a reading that's a little bit more in depth, I think that that's going to be where you're going to look at. I think that's a reading that's going to take a lot more cards, a lot more in depth, a lot more than I can do right now here. I think you're asking a lot of questions there, Egyptian famous. I haven't got that right now. You're asking a lot of questions of just a couple of cards. That's a reading that's going to take a lot more cards. It's like a Celtic cross. That's like a $10 reading there. The free list is actually closed at this time. I've got the list that I'm doing at the moment, that I'm trying to focus on. You don't have to keep typing up your question. You don't have to keep typing up. Okay, so this is the list that I'm doing at the moment. Okay, so I'm waiting for a Jaguar. Okay, I'm waiting for Ashnui, Lara Spark, Victoria, Sunny, Honey, and Ashley, and then that's it for the moment. So, Victoria. Yeah, don't keep typing in your question because it's too much and then it gets lost in this situation. Now, don't forget, if you want deep details to your reading, if you really want details, please donate. Please, you know, takes a lot, and then it gives me if you've got a lot of questions, if you donate like a $10 reading, then you can ask all those questions. Come on, guys, one question, please, and keep it clear. You cannot keep asking me more and more questions unless you donate. Come on, be fair to the others. One question, type it up. You know, think about, if you want to donate, fine. Then you can ask these questions and we can get into a bit more depth. You know, a $10 question with 10 tarot cards. You know, a $4 question with some extra cards, throw it in, or a $5 question, which is 6 tarot cards and an oracle card. You're going to get a lot more depth when you donate, and you're going to get those little bit of extra readings here. So do think about, you know, if you've got a lot of questions, donate. So I can put something back into the business, back into doing these lives for you. Because if I'm not appreciated, if people keep asking me and asking and asking and not giving anything back, then I'm not going to be able to do these lives. And I'm just going to be focusing on doing readings, my normal paid readings, and not going to worry about doing these lives because they all cost me money. It does cost me to do this. And I'll cancel cancel the app and things like that. Because it all costs. Everything I do online costs. So just remember that. When you keep asking for free things, I can't keep giving. Yeah. Yeah. One question per person. I can't keep on answering all your questions unless you donate. Right, Victoria. Will E always love me? Will E always love me? Okay, Six of Swords. Now, Six of Swords is always about moving forward. So there does seem to be that moving forward. And interesting, Eight of Cups, again, leaving behind the old and moving forward. So there is that always, it's not that they'll always love you, but they're going to love you during this journey, whatever this journey is. So there's definitely that moving forward with the love. There is that connection. It does feel like there is going to be that connection, that moving forward on the journey. Both of these cards, Six of Swords, Eight of Cups, is all about moving forward. Look, even if you donate $1, you know, for like my Ko-Fi is $1 a month and you get a whole heap of exclusive content. $1. That's all it costs. I'm not expecting hundreds of dollars or anything like that, or, you know, $20 or $30. Even $1 gives you a little bit more. even on my Ko-fi at $1 a month, the exclusive content and stuff like that is quite a bit. So anyway, will E always love you? You got 6 of Swords, 8 of Cups. It's always about the journey moving forward, leaving behind the old and moving ahead. With that movement, both are movement cards. So there does always seem to be that connection on some way, on some level. So there is that sense of love during this journey, but doesn't necessarily mean the journey is going to be long forever. But there's definitely a sense of loving you in some way along with the journey. So yeah. Right, so I've done Victoria. Next I'm going to do Sunny with the question. So these are the people that I'm doing at the moment. This is the free list. Let me do this free list. Okay, so I'm waiting for Ashnui, Lara Sparks, done Victoria. So let me have a look. Ashnui, Lara Sparks. Let me just have a look at the chat app. So who did I say? Ashnui. Let's have a look and see what your question, whether you had a question. So I'm just waiting for a question there. Ashnui, and who else did I say? Lara Sparks. Let me have a look here. You've got a question. So I'm not sure. I've just got. So if you're donating, sorry if I've missed out, if you've donated and I've missed, please let me know. Right, okay. Okay, Victoria, I've done Sunny. So I don't know where everybody is, but anyway. Okay, I'm just trying to do this free list that I've got up. You don't have to keep typing in your question, please. Stop typing your question in, or you will be banned. You will be banned if you keep typing in your question. You keep spamming the chat. Please do not spam the chat. Why is there a strong energy or connection between your boss? Okay. Please don't keep spamming Shabam. If you keep spamming, I will you will be put time out. Please no spamming. Why is there a strong energy connection between your boss and you? That's an interesting question. Why is there a strong connection, or energy or connection? Okay, let's have a look. Why is there strong energy? Okay, 2 of Wands. Feels like the world's your oyster. Seems like there is that sort of to do with choices. That balance of energy. There does seem to be a balance of energy between you. It's interesting because I just got this feeling of like a bridged. Sorry, I'm just looking at the imagery here. I'm just getting a lot from the imagery here. Many things to do with like it's like a birthing of something, a creation of something. Just feel like there's a bridge connection. So I'm wondering if it was a past life connection in some way. There was a connection of a past life. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean intimately, doesn't necessarily mean romantic or anything like that, but it does feel like there is some sort of connection from the past, which is why you might feel drawn to it. There might be a need for closure. So there is a lot of, I do feel like there's a sense of balance, and I do feel like there's a sense of balancing out each other. There is that connection, and it might not be a necessarily romantic or anything like that, but you do have that energy that is that there is definitely that strong connection here, and it's like you're moving towards smoother waters, or there is definitely a shift in the perception of how you see each other in some way. So there's definitely that creative energy. Definitely feels like there's needing to balance things out. You balance each other out. That's why I think there's a strong connection. Could be I do feel like it's a past life energy here. Definitely feels like there was a past life energy, and that's why you've got that repeated. I think there's like a repeated pattern, a need for closure in some way, maybe a lesson to learn. Might be about a lesson learning, trying to find a sense of balance within your energy. And there's always a shift going on. There's a lot of movement happening within your connection. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening there. Right, so let me go back to this list and have a look at what we've got here. So let me just do this list. Right, Honey and Ashley and Honey. Oh, I've been on for over an hour. Right, so let me just change this to so. Okay, we'll get back to ending soon. Right, go back to the banner. Sorry, I should have kept it on reading soon because I am ending soon. Unless there's any donations or anything that come in, I will do the donation readings. I've done the free list. I'm only doing so many free. And then, right, so what was I up to here? So I need to look at Honey's one. I'm looking for Honey's question and Ashley. So this is all I'm doing on the list. So those people can type in a question. The free list is closed. It's been closed for some time. Want any more readings? They are going to be donation based. Free list is closed, and if you want any more readings, that's donation based. I've done a big free list. I'm just waiting for Jaguar. Waiting for Anshui, Lara Sparks, and Honey, and Ashley at this stage. I've been on for over an hour, so I'm not going to be on for much longer unless there's any donations that come through. So I think that's about it's at ending. I don't think there's... I'm actually finishing up, so that's what I'm ending. So I'm just trying to do these last few. So let me just go through this list. I've got my chat scan here, so let me have a look. I don't know why that's all those other names have come up. Oh, shit. So I'm just finishing up. Right, okay, so I know that things can be a bit quiet with the, can be a bit slow. So I'm just sort of tidying this up, just trying to do the last of this. Right. Right, so I'm just checking to see what the chat's doing. Right. Need to get some dinner on too. I know it's only called some things sorted. Maybe back later. Right, so it's all a bit. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with this. Right. So, yes, it's all a bit slow, isn't it? So let's have a look. What have I got in questions that I haven't done? So let me just go through. No. Okay, so that's it for the moment. I'll be back later.